Good morning. Today we're going to be starting on a new Indian tribe, the Tonkawas, but before we do that, we are going to do vocabulary for the Tonkawa and the Comanche, which are the Plains Indians. These are the ones that lived in teepees and really hunted those buffalo. The first word is Comanche. The second is Travis, teepee. Get it going. Okay, War Shield, Tonkawa, Natural Resource, you should know this by now, and Warrior. Now, as you read through your Tonkawa, you will be able to do some of the vocabulary words, and as you do Comanche, you'll be able to do the rest of the vocabulary words. You can also look them up in the dictionary if you want to. Some of them are in the back of your book, but they are in your readings, which is today, the rest of this week. Today you're going to be doing a reading about the Tonkawa, and then on Thursday you'll be doing the Comanche. So getting to that now is the Tonkawa tribe, and we have, you have a couple of videos to watch. From YouTube. They're very interesting. They give you, more insight on the Tonkawa tribe. And then you have this reading to do. And then you have the form to fill out. So I will read this to you. The Tonkawa tribe lived in central Texas. The Tonkawa Indians settled near and along many rivers and streams, but they did not practice any kind of agriculture. They did not farm, in other words. Instead, the Tonkawa Indians received food from hunting and gathering animals and plants. When the Tonkawa Indians captured and killed the buffalo of the Central Plains, they would eat the animal meat and use many other parts of the buffalo, such as bones and skin, for clothing and housing materials. Herbs, roots, seeds, and nuts were constantly gathered by the Tonkawa tribe for food. The Tonkawa families lived and shared many of the Indian daily activities. The Tonkawa people believed in several different gods and also worshipped private spirits as well. They all believed deeply in the spirits from the dead and affected the way that they lived their life. Even the tattoos on their bodies mostly displayed symbols of dead spirits. The Tonkawa Indians also decorated their bodies with paint. The men of the Tonkawa tribe wore long breechcloths and moccasins, and the women wore animal skin skirts. Their dwellings was buffalo hide teepees. Now, teepees is spelled many different ways. Here it's T-I-P-I-S, and sometimes it's T-E-E-P-E-E. So just to let you know that. But the teepees did not look like the same teepees from the Indians in the Texas plains. Tonkawa teepees looked more like small, round, flat-topped huts covered with buffalo skin and brush. Males wore earrings, necklaces, and other ornaments of shell, bone, and feathers. The Tonkawa Indians lived in the Central Plains. The word Tonkawa means they all stay together. The Tonkawa Indians chose a tribal head chief. They were enemies with the Apaches, probably because the latter pushed them from the buffalo. So the Apache would not let them have the buffalo. Okay, in the second part, here you can see kind of the picture of what their teepee looked like. Let me scooch it up. And how they painted themselves and such. The Tonkawa lived in central Texas. Tonkawa is a Wichita name meaning they all stay together. The Tonkawa called themselves the most human of people. The Apache to the north were enemies of the Tonkawa. This kept the Tonkawa from hunting bison on the plains of North Texas. Occasionally, bison would stray south and give the Tonkawa some much-needed food. They got most of their food from fishing, gathering, and hunting animals, like deer. The Tonkawa had a history of helping others fight their battles. When the Comanche came to Texas, the Tonkawa helped them fight the Apache. Later, when the Comanche became a threat to them, they helped the Apache fight the Comanche. Early white settlers found the Tonkawa to be somewhat friendly. In fact, the Tonkawa took quite an interest in them. Sometimes Tonkawa showed up at church services or weddings without invitation. They were fascinated with these newcomers and just wanted to watch. Clint Smith told about the time some Tonkawa then came to their cabin when his father was gone. His mother and sister got their guns and stopped the band. The men said they were hungry. Clint's mother agreed to prepare a meal if they would stack their guns at the door. When they were full, they took off their jackets and turned them into pouches. Then they stuffed them with the extra food before leaving the Smith's cabin. The Tonkawa helped defend the settlers against the Comanche. Later they helped the U.S. Army battle other tribes. Sadly, settlers who did not know the Tonkawa attacked and killed many of them in the following years. Very few, if any, are left. A sad ending for those who called themselves the most human of people. So they were really relatively friendly and would help others as long as they weren't mistreated. And then you have your questions for the day. There are 10 questions. And all you have to do is click on the little icon. They will read the questions and the answers to you. And you submit and turn in. And I will talk to you tomorrow.